So when we started in 2013, the journey to sustainable luxury, which is Chopard sustainable business plan to encompass the entire supply chain, I don't think we would have ever believed that in only 5 years, Chopard would have achieved this huge thing. So from July 2018, 100% of gold in the Chopard Maison would be ethical. And it's the first luxury jewelry and watch houses to do so. So obviously, supply chains are stories of hands. We call it the handprint of fashion. And when you have a Maison like Chopard that has all the production that happens in-house, everything is vertically integrated. All the jewelry, all the watches are produced inside the Maison. You also have your own foundry, which is the only luxury house to have that, Maison to have that. So I think to realize that then you didn't know the hands of the people who were mining the gold was a big moment.
Well, it started back in 2010 when we had our 150th anniversary of Chopard coming up. And Caroline had designed a beautiful collection called Animal World. We connected with the WWF, and then we realized that we were really not perfectly in line with sustainability. 2013, we introduced Fair Mine Gold at Chopard, which I think was the first relatively small milestone on our journey. And 2014, the Palme d'Or was created in Fair Mine Gold. And we really, I think, sent a message, an important message at that time. It is a thorough approach. It is an approach that I think suits or fits our family company, independent family company. And then we came out with the first small watch collection. The top-of-the-line LUC watches were equipped with cases made of fair mine gold. And well, today I think we're looking at a bigger milestone. The milestone being that we are going to use 100% ethical gold, which is responsibly sourced, either accredited by RGC or by the Swiss Better Gold Association, which we are part of since end of last year.
So the ethical gold is an umbrella under which, so from July 2018, 100% of Chopard gold will sit. So it will be half, or more than half, artisanal gold, which encompasses fair mines, fair trade, so all the mines from the Alliance for Responsible Mining in South America, and also your alliance that you just forged, strategic alliance with the Swiss Better Gold Association. And then there will be a part of chain of custody, RJC Gold.
I think we're here really today for a very important message. I think the most important gem is our planet. The most complicated thing was to also convince everybody in our ateliers, in our production, that they have to change. They have to change, they have to get out of their comfort zone and produce the pieces in a different way. And in the beginning, with the first 80 kilos of gold arriving directly from Colombia, this gold was treated like a VIP client going through the production, completely separate from everything else. But we managed, and I think I also should thank everybody in the ateliers and in the House of Chopard, because without them, we could not have done it.
Yeah. As Caroline was saying, to convince everyone inside your organization to change and to follow certain principles is really difficult. So,
but I think we forgot to also pay credit to the vertical integration that we have in our company, which really allowed this to happen. And it started with my grandfather, who convinced my father and me, when I was still very young, that we needed to have a foundry in-house. And this is part of our philosophy in our company, is to be independent. And this foundry allows us to do what we do, with Fairmine Gold. I think the whole RGC initiative and the Fairmine initiative also took everybody's mindset to another level.
Yeah, and today you are also announcing the next phase of the journey to sustainable luxury, which is another hugely ambitious project, which is your commitment to the United Nations Global Goals, which is arguably the biggest problem-solving architecture ever created. And that will mean that Chopard, from now on, you're going beyond your supply chain, and you're going to start measuring the impact that your company has on the ground. So we have a lot of Chopard ambassadors, and it's nice actually to understand why it's important that the Maison does something so incredible, but it makes a huge difference on the supporters of the Maison as well. Julianne was the actress who premiered that Scheufele collaboration on the red carpet in Cannes. You know, what difference did it make for you?
Oh my goodness, it makes a huge difference. As an actress and on the red carpet, I have access to beautiful clothes and beautiful jewelry. I mean, there's almost nothing in the world that I can't borrow. Honestly, I'm very, very fortunate. But to be in a position where I can choose something that has been ethically sourced is as Caroline was saying, a huge luxury. And I think that, I mean, what Chopard has done by taking the lead in sustainability has made their products so much more attractive than anybody else's. We're interdependent as a species. Everything we do is going to affect somebody else. So I don't want to be wearing anything where a human being has been harmed. And certainly as a feminist, in terms of the supply chain, I want to make sure that every woman who's worked along the way has been treated fairly. And this gives me the opportunity to wear something and wear it responsibly.
Yeah. And when I went to visit the factory, to see the process of human hands in all these different rooms applying themselves to a different stage of this object, not something you click on, you know, and all our connectivity is so much to do with information, if you can even call it information. We imagine we're connected, but someone's hands took the material out of the ground, it went into the hands of somebody who took it to the next stage of the process, to somebody who crafted it, and then the final room in Fleurier, in the factory, where they just have this very small number of people who are really qualified to do this, with a little eyepiece, applying these minute last pieces to the thing. And then Karl-Friedrich took me up there's a sort of museum in the top of the building, with watches and clocks from different eras. And it struck me, not only was it something that had this tangibility to it, there's also what has ever been, in some ways, what machine has ever been more harmoniously perfect than a watch, than a clock? You know, it's circular. And you know, I don't want to sort of start getting kind of loftily mystical about it, but everything is. I mean, you know, the shape of the planet and then the way that the solar system works, and I thought, okay, this is perfect. This thing is perfect. This is a perfect, harmonious thing which works because it's calibrated to work with all these little circles inside that do this stuff. And so I just fell in love with the beauty of the object.
Well, Arizona Muse is going to be the new face of Chopard, their Happy Diamond collection. But we met a while ago, and I through work, and I never met anyone who was so curious, wanted to know everything, and changed so quickly her entire almost wardrobe, everything she does, and the sustainability.
For me, learning about sustainability has been the most incredible journey. I have never learned about anything more exciting than this. Nothing.
Thank you for having us. You know, it's very special to be here today and to hear about ethical gold, and I congratulate Chopard. Coming from a country like Congo, where we have a conflict in minerals over 20 years, we have 6 million people that died, more than 1.5 million people being misplaced, people living under $2 a day. Life expectancy is 47 years old, 7 million children out of school. We teach science, maths, etc. at school in Africa, but we need to make them understand what is in our soul, what is the value Congo, you're linked with Congo, with the cobalt, what you have in your green cars, what you have in your phone with the coltan, what you have in gold, the diamonds. But how come a country like Congo is one of the poorest countries in the world? When I go there and I see people how they live with no access of water, no access of electricity, not even access of a phone, and we providing the coltan, we providing the cobalt. So it's very important that in the next few years, a country and all the countries in Africa we need to have all the companies to know where their resources comes, who's digging on the hole, who's taking these minerals. Is it a child or is it an adult? In which conditions they're working? What we're offering them? We want to offer families to invest in their own community, to be able to send their own children in school in good conditions and not being afraid of going to work when working in a mine and dying. We want to change the narrative of Africa. We want to invest to work sustainable goals, but we want to have good partners. We want to have transformation of the minerals happening in Africa. And I think if we can have companies like you being the champion and pushing for that, and I'm inviting you to come to Congo in your visit.
Welcome.
You coming?
Last night we promised you. I know that every time Caroline says, I'll do it, she does it, so we'll come.
So you all come. Thank you.
In my role as UNICEF advocate for education, I have been paying attention to education equality. I wish to encourage more people to involve themselves into the public welfare work and make contributions to the achievement of the sustainable development. And Chopard is definitely the leader of global sustainable development. The Sustainable Luxury Gold and the Fair-Mind Gold program support the UN global goals. Hopefully, there will be more enterprises like Chopard in the future. Thank you.